Nobody prepares you for this phase after moving to a new country. This is not about the excitement phase, the rosy cozy phase that we have initially, the phase that comes after everything looks fine from the outside. I will share one personal story, a true story that happened with me when I moved to a new country of US here, and 3 things that I learned from it. If you have moved abroad or you are planning to move to a newer country, this video is going to be very interesting, and you are find a lot of value in this video because I'm going to be talking about my own experience and not the online things that we can just copy. I'm just sharing my personal story that is going to help you understand. So about me, what happened? So when I moved to US from India, some of you already know from my prior video. So I was studying in India previously, born and brought up there, and then I moved to US. When I decided to move here, I thought it's going to be so cool. Initially, just getting an entry in US is like you have to clear all the entrance exams and get an admit in the school. You have to apply for the institutions and get the best one that you find. After that, you go for the visa. You're lucky enough to get the visa, then you fly in the flights. For middle class people like me, going in a flight was a huge thing being in a flight. And especially if you're going outside of the country, my God, I mean, I have never been outside my country in whole my life, like when I did that. So I felt so great. And when I came here in US, it felt like, oh, I have so much bucket list that I have to complete. I felt like that honeymoon phase that I had, like a new country, new people, so much freedom. There are no relatives watching you, pull you down. There are no one to judge you. We have so much travel that we can do. We have so much bucket list that we have to complete. So much excitement. Everything feels so right. Everything feels so right. Like, when we come here, that honeymoon phase, I felt like I cannot have enough of this phase. I tried to do as much as I can when I started. Like, there are so many things. I traveled, I met a lot of new people, friends. There were, nobody talking with me, no relatives. I said, I have so much freedom. I can do whatever I want. Nobody is coming here to tell me this is what you have to do because this is what the society is telling you. No, it's a free country. You do whatever you want. If I want to do any certification, I was able to study. If I wanted to, travel somewhere, I was able to travel. Nobody was there to stop me doing that, whatever I wanted to do. So that honeymoon period was so great. I had like-minded people, got to meet new friends, new people, from different countries. Especially from India itself, we are able to meet from different states who talk different languages, but from different countries, not only from India. I am fortunate enough to meet people from so many different countries here. It's not, it's not like we only meet people from, say, UK or Australia or Canada or, China or Japan, like so many different countries, people, so much to talk with them, so much to learn from them, so much to interact. Like, it's so much fun. If you have moved to a new country or you have been through it or thinking of it, you would relate. I think this is the phase you would know because all the social media is filled with this, right? This is what we have to show how great it is. Now the second phase comes in this. What happens? The fade happens. What happens in the fade? The weekends feel little empty now. Why is that? The weekends feel empty because the friends are getting busy. There is no family to talk to now. Your travel excitement fades because you have the bucket list. You have to travel to different places. You have to see few spots. You did all of that. Now it becomes a little routine. A weekend is coming, let's go there. We have to do it. Now you have to do your own laundry now. You have to do your own dishes. You have to do your own cleaning. You have to do, so that phase of honeymoon starts to fade off because then the reality is starting to kick in. You are trying to understand what the reality is. And I have gone through this. And I know a lot of you who have moved to a different country can relate to this. In the same country, it's, I feel, not too difficult because we are used to it. In a different country, the culture is different. The way a different country operates, functions is different. So it's difficult to kind of learn that when you are moving to a newer country. So we have that fade that is happening. Now the third thing, the third phase comes, which I would say is a loneliness phase. The loneliness phase. What is this phase? You would have seen a lot of people saying, I feel so lonely here. I feel so lonely in the new country. Why would that happen? Because you are getting the dream you are in the dream country, dream job, or whatever you wanted to do, you are there. Why do you think that the loneliness is coming? It is coming from how it is going down from the fading phase. Now you don't have your closed ones, you don't have your family to meet every month. Sorry, you don't have your family to meet, you don't have your close friends who have been with you for 10 years, 20 years. You don't have them to talk to, meet, let's go for parties and all that. You have newer friends, but they got busy. Somebody got to a different school, somebody got a better job, they are moving to a different state. Somebody have got married, they found someone, they got married. So now that loneliness phase is coming. Because that loneliness phase is coming, you are in a new country, there is nothing to do. The weekends are getting really difficult. Because now you don't have anybody to go to. You are just sitting at home doing all the stuff, but even at home you don't have your family. Everyone from outside is thinking, oh, that's great, but that's not what you are feeling at that moment. Now the fourth phase comes the fear phase. What kind of fear are we talking about? The fear professionally is, I came here, planned so much, what if I don't get a job? What if I am not successful? What if I had to go back? What if something happens and I have, some visa issues come and I have to return back? What if I'm not successful enough? I have tried so much, but if I'm not successful enough, all those relatives or all those people who are trying to pull me down back home are waiting for me and saying, yes, that's what I was telling you. You are not good enough. That's the fear phase that is coming professionally. Personally is because you are feeling lonely, because you are feeling that fade has happened and you are feeling little loneliness, you are feeling little isolated, you are feeling, what am I doing? You feel, is this the life I was hoping for? Is this the life that I was really looking forward to? Is this the one that I was looking for as a dream life? And it is not. You are looking at it, you are feeling it, you are practically experiencing it. And then you feel, oh no, this is not what I was looking for. I feel so lonely here. And that's why the fear starts coming in professionally and personally as well. And the fifth phase that I feel is in this is the trap phase. The trap phase, you feel you are trapped here. You would have seen a lot of people talk about, or I have interacted with a lot of people who say, I feel I'm trapped here in a new country. And why do you think they say that? Because they wanted to come to a new country. That was their dream. They tried so much for it. They got it. And why after just a short period of time, they're saying, I feel trapped here, I want to go back. The reason being, they have not practically understood these phases. And that's why you feel trapped, that you have put in so much that I cannot go back now. But I cannot stay here as well because I didn't know that it's not as rosy cozy and the honeymoon period is not going to stay for long. There is a reason in marriage it is called honeymoon period, right? Okay, that is for a separate day. But yeah, that's a trap that we are talking about, the fifth phase. The three lessons or three things that I want to talk about from this is, first thing is, this phase is normal. The phase that we are talking about after the honeymoon period, the phases that we are coming, and the time when you feel trapped, or the fear, the fade, all of that we talked about, the loneliness is normal. It's not only for you that is happening. There are a lot of other people. They are not going to come on outside and say, oh, this is what is happening with me. But it is normal for most of the people who come to a new country, move to a new country, to happen with them. So it's not something that is only happening with you. So you just have to remember that piece. Number two is, nobody talks about this part. I know some people try to show on social media probably that how difficult it is in a funny way, right? They try to show, I have to do my cooking, I have to do my cleaning, I have to do my laundry and all that. But that doesn't hit home. Like, who would stop going to a new country saying, oh, I would have to, do my laundries, that's why I'm not going to that country. It doesn't sound great. That's why it's not great way of thinking, oh, I know the reality. That is not the reality. The reality is that when you are talking about these phases, you need to understand exactly how this is happening. Doing cooking or laundry or cleaning is not something that is, the part that I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the parts that I talked about, the phases, the fear phase, the loneliness, and the fade that happens, the trap feeling that comes. I'm talking about that. And I mean, similar to marriage as well, people feel trapped there. But again, as I said, topic for some other day. But yeah, you need to understand that piece. And number 3 is growth often feels like doubt at first. Growth often feels like doubt at first. I mean, you would feel doubt if I made a correct decision of coming to US. Did I made a mistake of, coming here, paying so much, doing the education, spending time, money, efforts, everything coming here. Is this a correct decision or not? It's fine. That doubt happens in any of the career aspirations or any new thing that you are doing. So it's fine. After that, the growth is going to happen. So it's not something that you should be totally worried about if this is correct or not. If you are in this phase right now, just remember this. If you are in this phase right now, you are not broken. You are not broken because if you are feeling ill any of these phases. You are actually early. Why I say that? Because you are early, because now you know exactly that these phases are there which are going to go off. Once these phases go off, you are going to find your growth and the value that you would not have found otherwise. Remember that you are early in this, you are not broken. If you are in this phase right now, or if you have experienced this phase, please comment that. It may help someone else, because I want to build a community that is going to help each other and not just talk about it the way